Good morning, afternoon, my friends. It is Tuesday, and today you get your motivational video. And today's video is going to be the most important video on this channel. If you want to know where I get my motivation from. I was raised and went to the same church for a long time. This is going to be a short story. I become in the ministry in that church, being called to preach, and a Sunday school teacher, working every facet of the ministry, preaching and teaching Sunday school, revivals, special services. I need to turn that air back on. And it was a small church. People that were going to church for a long time started leaving the church as I got older. They had been going to the church for 20 years. They found fault with the church or whatever, or for whatever reason decided to leave. The youth group wasn't big enough or whatever, and people would leave. Around this time, I got a burden for the area that we lived in, the area the church was in, and started working in the ministry, building the church, building the youth. My parents went to this church as well for years. They end up leaving and going to a different church. So my best friend, he left with his family and went going to a different church. My other best friend, his family left, went to go to the church. My mom, dad left the church, go somewhere else. My brothers, sisters left the church, went somewhere else. I am still there, preaching my heart out, hellfire and brimstone for the community. And not only doing it, but the youth group that I was in charge of had been as big as it probably ever been in nearly 30 years of the history of the church. If not the biggest had been in 15 or 20 years. Because I don't know what was going on before that too much. Anyway, when you grow in life, you have to start bashing people. You have to stop bashing people that hurt you. So I'm not going to bash anybody. But I was not only myself. The leaders of the church decided we're going to get rid of some people. And they literally just got rid of people. My error was I was renting from the church, lived across the street from the church. I came home from work, my stuff was outside. We had some, poor people going to the church, and the leaders of the church gave these poor people money, put them in my home with paper sacks and trash bags, and loaded all my stuff in a paper sack trash bag, put it on a trailer, and were just waiting for me to load it, to put it on the back of my truck once I got home. That was my exit to my childhood. At 26 years old, for 4 years now, after that, from 26, 27, 28, 29. I didn't start out in the depression. I didn't start out making huge daily errors in judgment. It was a gradual thing among 4 years' time. And what made it to me seem so much worse than it was actually going on in my head is because of how strict we were raised. And at this point, with the ministry, where I held in the ministry, everyone that I knew up in my life, and mainly my family that were also in this kind of area of church, apostolic, didn't want anything to do with me unless I was repenting, unless I was coming back. And I wasn't doing evil things, I just wasn't going to church. I wasn't knocking on doors anymore. Still prayed all the time, did more praying than anything. But anyway, 4 years goes by, and I am ready to put a gun to my head. I am done with it. I don't see a way out. God hasn't come back yet. No one in my church, my family, my immediate family, is even apostolic anymore, Pentecostal anymore. I have a billion questions, not one of them is getting answered, and I'm done with it. Couldn't find my way out. I'd climb my way out and be happy for a few days. Have you ever done that? You're happy for a while, and then boom, it hits you. It sets in. You beat yourself up mentally. That's where I was. And you've seen my story. Go look back at my 80 days. That's what I did. That's how it started. What did I do for 80 days? Go look back at it. Now, fast forward to today. Or let's fast forward to a year ago. I've been on the straight and narrow for 2 years. I've had this positive attitude and learning. I put everything that I knew. I said, okay, listen, I get it. I'm going to connect my values, my morals, and my beliefs. I'm going to hold on to them. But I've got to learn so much because everything that I was taught came from these couple of leaders in this church. And the leader, God bless him, just might not have known any better himself. We might have to stem his problems back generations. So I love that guy. I love that man. But the fact of the matter was, the life was being very real to me, and it was time to change. Something had to happen. So I'm a year into it. I'm a year from being the worst person that I can be to myself, to being a reputable person, a healthy person, a respected person, a public speaker, a mentor, a youth leader within 12 months. I get a call to come out to Texas from someone who helped raise me, my aunt. The only person of my family, her family, the cousins, the aunt that went to accredited school and graduated with a degree. I could probably say out of 30 to 50 people around our family circle, she is the only one to go to accredited school and get a degree. Anyway, she hadn't been talking to me much either. She saw for 12 months I'd been doing good and invited me out to Texas. I am elated. I'm like, wow, she wants to give me a better environment for what I'm doing. She sees what I'm doing now, and she wants to give me a better environment. So, and also I can kind of get out of my comfort zone and go out there. So that's what I did. She encouraged me to pick up a class when I came out here. But I started working first here at the school. Got me some work here to meet some really good people. And then in the fall encouraged me to take some classes, and I didn't. I came around to this spring. It looks like I had free time. The company was taking a while to launch, so I had some time. I said, I'm going to take a full load. I took a full load. So stressful, this thing. I said, boy, if I was going to do this again, I had to take 3 classes just because math. I probably should just go take math and get all my math out of the way. It was kind of embarrassing to myself. I was like, I thought I was smart. I thought I was going to run in here and just wipe the floor clean with my classes. And I couldn't, and I had to keep doing more and more studying, which was fine. I kept doing it. I just kept doing it. And so when the conversation came up between me and my aunt, I got to take like 3 classes. And she's like, nope, I am not out here supporting you for you to go to school part-time. And that's fine. No, that's fine. Yeah, don't support me. No. If you can't go full-time, you have 6 months, and you can find, you can figure out what you're going to do. I figured out what I need to do right now. I didn't know this was going to be this or that. I thought you invited me here to provide a better environment for the path that I had chosen to be on for the last 12 months and doing a great job. I didn't know that over the last 12 months, you were going to force me into quitting to doing what I would want to do, or at least try to force me. And when it wasn't working, it becomes to hurtful things. Like, you ready for this? John Fawn, your choices are disaster or a degree. This other stuff isn't going to work out like you think it is. I'm sorry, but it's not. Wow. Tear me apart. And not only, I did not look at the person and go, you are so mean. I looked at myself and went, I've made a terrible mistake. I've been wrong this whole time. 2 years I've been pushing, and I'm wrong. I'm not going to make it. I can't do it. By one of the second most respected person in my life. The second most respected person in my life. And it's so close to the first person, you might as well say it's the most respected person in my life. So never at any point at that point did I go, that's so mean. It was, what a reality am I living in? My pride is gone. My impersonal initiative is gone. I made a mistake. I can't do it. I'm not special. My talents aren't going to cut it for me. And not only that, you see how that you're struggling in these classes with math? That struggle, that's you. You're in pre-math classes. You're not even in college math. And that struggle, that's how good you are. Whew. And I did not sit there. That's the way I felt when it happened. I didn't know that was going to be told to me. It was dumped on me. And when it was dumped on me, I realized that was the thought 12 months ago. So I looked at every time when I came in from Toastmasters being excited about an award or being excited about being voted in as the president of this 22-year-old club, that their joy, I feel like, was kind of fake. Like, oh, you did it. That's sad. And I didn't take it as, you're so mean to me. I took it as, you're so much smarter than me. I never saw it like this. How stupid am I? And then I snapped out of it. And then I snapped out of it. Because it was the Bart Pierce. It was the Amy. You see what I'm saying? You see where the motivation is getting to? We're helping each other out. I make a page, and it's not okay for you to just look at it. You got to inspire people. If you want to be that person. If you don't want to be that person, God bless you, because we're all not cut out to be that person. But for 2 years, I helped people. And for 2 days, they helped me. And I love you. I can do whatever I want. I'm a child of God. I'm a creation of His. He created everything in our past our universe. The planets, everything. Did you know if the biggest building, say a Costco, if that was a library full of books, that our solar system would be a period at the end of one of the books? And God made all that. And He made me. And I can do whatever I want. And I don't need to prove anything to anybody. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my place on this planet as a life coach. As someone who a person down in the dumps, in the bottom and the lowest, can run to and look at and go and find some motivation. But it's not because of me. This is the whole point I'm making. It's because of the community that's there. That when one of us is down, the rest are there. And when you're down, I'm there. And the others are there. Let's keep this thing going. I realize I have to take what I want to do with my life more seriously. Not because people don't believe in me, but because there is a reality there where I don't have much of an education. My family doesn't have an education. And I want my dad to retire, and I want my mom to retire. I'm not going to go down the list of things that we can't do. It's sad. So I've got to work hard, and I've got to dig in deep. But what I have, ladies and gentlemen, is a definite of purpose. My name is Jonathan Fontana. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.